Hello everyone, welcome to Doing Group. Welcome to Doing's live show. Today we're going to share some information about the waste lithium battery recycling equipment. Well, if you're interested in this kind of equipment, you can contact with us. Our sales manager will give you the introduced about the technique and the details data. Thank you for watching today. Okay, so we are the Chinese manufacturer to build this kind of equipment like the waste lithium battery recycling machine or the PCB board recycling machine, solar panels recycling machine. So this is what we can reserve for you too. And just if you are interested in this kind of business or you are searching for the manufacturer to buy the lithium battery recycling machine, you can contact with us. Well, just our raw material. What is the lithium battery? Well, what kind of lithium battery that we can recycle? It shows us that, well, this kind, like the power lithium battery, the hard shell lithium battery, the mobile lithium battery, or other kind like the aluminium shell. So it has a large application of this. Or you can, like this waste, you can't just throw them randomly. You need to have some deep processing to process it in environmental friendly ways. So you can have this business. And what we can recycle after have the scratching and the separation, well, this is the products that we can get, like the copper, the aluminium, the cobalt oxide lithium, and the black powder. These are the products that we can get. Well, just like the lithium battery, they include the positive material, negative material, and electrolyte composition, and the diaphragm. Well, just in the positive material, we can get the aluminium flow and also the positive powder. Also, like the negative materials, we can get the copper. Then we can use the separation machine to separate directly, and we can sell it to get the profit. This is what our profits used for, or this is what our machine used for. Welcome. We are in China. We are the Chinese manufacturer. We have our own factory, so you can come here and visit. It's in Henan province in China, in central China, so it's very convenient for you to come here and know more information about the technique or the each device, what it work, what is the principle, and the material it built. So now we have more than 120 countries. We have our customers, so we can also come to our client's factory to visit and know is our machine work well, and what products they can get, what is the quality and the separation rate. As for our equipment, we can reach to the separation rate of 99%. So just about this business, you can have this, the significance, it can not only to protect the environment, just because these lithium battery, they have some harmful substance like the heavy metals or the organic solvent and so on, just a bit harmful to the environment, and we can have this business to have this conducive of the protecting the environment. And also we can just recover the valuable metals like the lithium, the nickel, the cobalt, or copper, aluminium, and just have this resource recycle and get profit. So this is many of our customers from European or like the American countries or some countries will have this business because there are many this kind of waste with the development of the technology, this kind of electronic products, and the electronic cars have becoming more and more popular in our daily life. So this waste has been a big part of this. We need to deal with this kind of waste. So if you are having this business, you can get plenty of these materials. Now we can have this business. So you can have the deep service of your region, give you a research of this. And also if you want to know more information about like the policy or the market, depends on your regions, you can also contact with our sales manager to give you a deep introduce about this. Okay, let's just go on. Just like I show you what kind of materials that we can use and what products we can get. Then what is the technique, how we can get this copper, aluminium from these waste things? This is the work process. It shows from here. Is it clear to watch? This is the very beginning, the scrap lithium battery. And the first step, or this is the processing step, is to discharge. We need to put the scrap lithium battery into the concentration of 8% to 15% of the sodium chloride solution to just soak for 48 hours today, so that the positive and the negative terminal of the battery will be short-circuited, so the lithium battery will be discharged completely. Or it will have some maybe safety problem because there are also some electricity in it. This is the first pre-process step. We always use the sodium chloride solution. This is a more cheaper, a more convenient ways to have this discharge step. And then this is the second pre-process step, is the double shaft shredder. This is you using the shredder. The belt conveyor will transport this lithium battery to here, and after processing, the material will get around 3 to 5 centimeter. Just for later we have this deprocess. And this also all we called is the pre-process step. Then this is the carbonization step. We will use the carbide furnace, or we use this carbonization furnace, we also called. If your raw material, if your capacity to deal with this kind of lithium battery is lower than 50 kilogram per hour, then we don't need, it's not necessary to have this carbonization step. But if you have plenty of the raw material need to process every day or every hour, more than 500 kilogram per hour, then it's much more necessary to have this. We can just have this completely volatilized the electrolyte in this lithium battery. So here later I will show you some picture of this lithium carbonization furnace. Here is what the furnace look like. And the furnace used the electric heating or gas heating. The heating temperature in this furnace is 100 to 450 degrees. So the electrolyte in this battery is completely volatilized in this furnace for the harmless treatment. This is the first this step to just volatilize the electrolyte. So if you have this carbonization furnace, now it's necessary to get this dust and gas cleaning system. Because we have this combustion system, it will have some smoke. We need to release them and reach to the standard or in the environmental protection ways. So this is the this kind of purification system, the spray machine system, the activate carbon system, and the UV photooxygen electrolyte system to just purify like the gas, the hydrogen chloride, the hydrogen fluoride, or the hydrogen sulfide, or other harmful gas in it, or some dust. Like the active carbonization system, it have these advantages of the high absorption efficiency, wide application range, easy maintenance, and the huge treatment of the variety of the mixed waste gas. This is why we have this different kind of the purification system. But if you don't choose this carbonization system, then it's not necessary. We don't need to have this. So just if you don't have this carbonization system, then the whole process of it is the physical processing. So there is no waste of the gas or the chemical waste or the water pollution. So the only pollution that we need to deal with is the dust. Because the waste things, the waste lithium battery, we must have some dust in it outside and the surface. So we need this cyclone dust collector and the post dust collector to solve this dust problem. And also, let's go on of this crushing and separation step. This is a 3 steps of the pre-processing. And then this is the first crusher. We use this hammer blade crusher. Well, it's kind of impact crusher by the high-speed rotation of the hammer blades in the crushing chamber, so as to make this material to be crushed to less than 10 millimeter or 1 centimeter in this step. And then this material will come to the rotary screen. It will do the first separation. Well, just this conveyor, we use not the belt conveyor. It's a sealed environment to just prevent the dust and other pollution. So we will use this sealed rotation screen, the first rotary screen. It will do the first separation to separate some of the black powder. In this step, after separation, about 60% of the black powder will be separated. This is the first separation. And then the material will come to the magnetic separator to separate the iron. Because the iron is much more cheaper than the copper, the aluminium, or the lithium or other kind of the material. And also the iron is the big part. It will have some ruin of the blade in our crushing device. So this is why we will separate the iron from it. We will use the magnetic separator to separate it from the raw material. And then the material without iron will come to the liner vibrating screen. This uses the vibration of the screen and control different products through the multi-layer screen mesh, which are discharged from their respective outlets. The 2 layers of the screen are, the one is 2 millimeter and the second is 100 mesh stainless steel. The material stainless steel. And the top layer of the screen, it will separate the diaphragm. And the middle layer is the copper, aluminium, and the black powder. So the bottom layer is a black powder. So in this step, we mainly purpose is to separate the diaphragm. The recovery rate can reach to 98%. This is this step, the liner vibrating screen what we do it to separate the diaphragm. Well, the diaphragm, maybe you will ask, what is that? Well, this is the material that between the positive and negative plates of the battery. Well, it acts as insulation. The main function of the diaphragm is to separate the positive and the negative electrodes of the battery to prevent the short circuit contact between these two stages. This is the way. The main material is the plastic. And then we will come to the secondary hammer crusher. There also is this hammer blade crusher, to using the high-speed rotation of the hammer blade and crush the raw material to under 6 mm in this step. And then the second rotary screen, it's smaller than the first one, but the efficiency is also very high. The purpose is also to separate the carbon black. In this step, the carbon black recovery rate is 95%. Then the raw material, mainly the copper, aluminium, and the black powder, will come to the grinder. Here is a grinder. Well, the grinder will grind the raw material as the granular shape, or it will have the particle things. All the products that we get is all the granular shape. And then the granular shaped aluminium and the copper will come to the ID vibrating screen. This is a high precision screen machine with low noise, high efficiency, and whole sealing structure. The applicable to the sieve granular powder materials. And in this step, the black powder is about, we can recovery is about 99%. Just in this step, all the black powder we can recycle, and we can just load it directly or have a deep processing. Then, what products we can remain is the aluminium and the copper. We will use the air separator. Because these two products are all metals, so we can't use the electrostatic separator. Or just like other products, other materials, like we can also process the solar panels. Then the final products remain is the copper and the plastic. So we can use both the air separator and the electrostatic separator to separate this. But just we only use the air separator, it can reach to a very high separation rate. The air separator, also called the air gravity separator, using soldered utilized the combined action of the airflow and the vibration friction on the raw materials. So the large copper particles will settle to the bottom, and the smaller aluminium plastic will suspend on the surface of the material layer by the action of the airflow. And so in this link, the separation rate of the copper and aluminium is about 98%. And this is the whole processing, that how we can recycle these different kind of products, and by using this, and how we can have this business in environmental protection ways and the efficient technique. So just during this introduce, anyone have any questions about this? Just if you want to have this or want to get more information about this equipment, you can contact with us. Our sales manager can give you the answer. Or if you want the quotation, for example, or want the outlet of this equipment, you can all contact with us. About how to contact with our manager, you can send your private message to us, and leave us your WhatsApp and email or other contact ways, WeChat or telephone. So then our sales manager will give you the answer directly. So here is the technique, the working process of the lithium battery recycling machine. And here are the words, the brief introduction of different steps. You can have a look at this. Well, if you want this catalog of the lithium battery introduction, you can also contact with us. We can send you this message privately, but we can't just contact with you directly. You need to say hi to us first, and we can send you this catalog, quotation, or the outlet, or other information of our equipment. Are there any questions you have? You just feel free to ask about this data or the capacity or some other questions. About the capacity of the lithium battery, most of our customers will choose 500 kilogram per hour or 1 ton or 2 ton per hour, this capacity. Or if you want a smaller one or bigger one, you can also contact with us. We can give you the program for you, because we have our engineering team can give you analysis about your program and your material, give you your own program of this. Here it is, the brief introduction. You can see the discharging step to put the scrap battery into the sodium chloride solution for 48 hours or 2 days to let the batteries discharge completely. And this, we need to discharge for 2 days and to dry the material for 1 day. So it's conclude 3 days to have this discharging step. And the shredder, we use the double shaft shredder to shred the raw material to smaller particles, or it's 3 to 5 centimeters. And the carbonization, the furnace will heat 100 and 400 or 550 degrees by gas or electricity to make the liquid volatilized. The liquid is the electrolyte inside the lithium battery. And then the gas and smoke removal system. If you chose the carbonization furnace, this purification system is necessary. But during the above process, we need to get the gas cleaning system include the spring tower, activated carbonization system, and the UV photooxygen catalytic. This is a different ways to purify the gas. Or if you're for example, your regions, you have some different policies about this purification device or some other standard, you can all contact with us. We can give you different program of the purification system, because we have different kind of the ways to purify the gas, or more cheaper or more higher quality. It's different because we have our customers in all of the world, and the regions, the standards is different. So we will give you different plans to have this. And then this is the purification system for the carbonization. And the dust removal system is for the whole process. We will have some dust, we need to purify it. We have two ways the cyclone dust collector and the post dust collector. Cyclone dust collector is to collect the bigger dust, and the post dust collector here, post dust collector is to collect the smaller dust. And the dust collecting rate is 99.5. So just all the dust we can just resolve, and all the environment can reach to different standards. It's a clean environment to have this business. And then it's the different step of the crushing and separation. First crusher to crush to 110 millimeter, and the first rotary screen to just get 60% of the carbon black, the black mass. The screen is 120 mesh, while about the screen on the blade, they are all the spare parts. Later I will show you how many days or how many the service life of this spare parts we need to tell you before you buy our equipment. And then the magnetic separator to separate the iron. Lining vibrating screen. It have two screens, 2 millimeter and 100 mesh. Here is to separate the diaphragm. This diaphragm is between the positive and the negative materials. Then the second crusher, we also use the hammer blade crusher to crush it to 6 millimeter, and then we can the material will come to the secondary rotary screen to get 95% of the black mass. Then the grinder to grind the material, mainly copper and aluminium, to granulates. So this is the brief introduction of this. Any questions do you have about this equipment? Or if you want to know how to contact with us and buy our equipment, or if you want to have a comparison of different manufacturers, want to get our catalog, you can also send a private message to us, and our sales manager can give you this introduction. Here are the equipment features. It shows why you can choose our equipment and what is our advantages. Just compare with other manufacturer. And the first is we adopt the advanced technology of crushing and separation system. After crush separately, the copper, aluminium, and the powder of the positive and negative plate will be separated in the separation system with high purity output. The separation rate is 99%. And the milling technique of the combine the crushing and separation system of battery recycling achieve greater energy saving effects during the production process, and get a high separation rate of copper, aluminium, and powder of positive and negative plate. This is features of our equipment. And the separation rate, you can see that the metals is greater than 98%, and also the black powder recovery rate, we recycle the black powder in the rotary screen of 98%, and about the diaphragm also 98, greater than 98, and the content of metals in the powder is lower than 1%. This is the some data And then this is the layout. It's not very clear. If you want the layout of the crashing and separation, you can contact with us. We can send you directly, privately. You can see this is just served by our engineer. The first we will use, and then this is the carbonization furnace and the different step. It's not very clear to see. You can see this picture. Hold on, I will search for you a clear picture, a 3D layout, to better for you to understand about the technique. Here is the lithium battery recycling machine. Wow. You can see first we will have the starting process, and then the material, it can come to the first double shaft shredder. Here the double shaft shredder to shred it to 3 to 5 centimeter, and then this is the carbonization system or combined furnace. Then it will come to the first hammer crusher, or we called the hammer blade crusher. Then come to the rotary screen, magnetic separator, lining vibrating screen, ID vibrating screen. Vane conveyor system is to just convey the particles in the sealed system. Secondary hammer crusher and the rotary screen. This is smaller than this one. And the third grinder. Then we can get the lithium battery, the lithium, aluminium, and the powder in the granular shape. Then this is the anti-vibrating screen to control the sizes. Then also we can just recycle the black powder. Well, this have two different screens. Not only we can recycle it and to control the size, or some particles, the granular particles are not just reach the standards of 20 mesh, then it will come back to the grinder to have the second regrind. And then this is the post-dust collector and different kind of the purification system. Also, this 3D layout we can send you directly. You can say hi to us, tell us your requirements, and our manager can give you this. And this is the equipment list. For the metal, power, and the quality is very clear, and the different pictures, you can have a look. About the catalog, you can all contact with us, and we can send you, because it's not very clear to see in this live show, right? You can just say hi to us, we can give you this. Like the belt conveyor, double shaft shredder, what it looks like, you can have. This is a double shaft, and the belt conveyors not the same. This is a sealed design. Not like this. We will ensure the rotary screen it work in a sealed environment. You can see the power, different kilowatts, to have a reference. We have different capacities and different device. It will depend on your materials. So you can tell us what materials you want to have and how many of them you need to process every day. then we can give you the different plan for you to your standard. This is the wind conveyor and the first rotary screen. A different device. Like here is the what is the ID vibrating screen look like. Oh, this is the equipment list for 500 kilogram per hour. This capacity, or if you want a larger one or a smaller one, it's not the same. This is the post-dust collector, the purification system. You can see the picture. And here is the diaphragm collector device. And here are some spare part lists. The spare parts are mostly are the blade and the screen from the, you can see here, from the crusher, grinder, post-dust collector, or rotary screen. Like the crusher, the spare parts are blade, screen, and the chain period mostly is 2 months or 3 months. And then the grinder, also the spare part is the blade for 2 months mostly. Also the filtering bag is from the post-dust collector. Just like the filtering bag, it just can use for such a long time, half of the year, 6 months. Well, you can have a comparison of different manufacturer. Some of their device of the cleaning system, the bag in it need to change very frequently, every day or every month. Every week. It needs to change because they will solve some dust in it, and it's hard to clean. But our filtering bag, it's not very hard to clean. We will just blow it and to clean the dust inside, outside, and just it can use for a long time, half of the year. And then this is the rotary screen. Also, it has a screen inside. It will work nearly 3 months. Well, just the prices is different, so we just don't put it in this catalog. It's not allowed to see this price in our live show. So you can contact with our manager and give you this kind of introduction about the price list, the catalog, and the data of different devices. Here are the remarks. Like the price term, we always use the FBO price. The FOB price, and the payment term for reference. 30% deposit paid before starting machine production, and 70% balance paid after machine finished production and customer's inspection before delivery. And the delivery time, almost when you buy this equipment, and you can wait 1 month and a half or 2 months, then your equipment can be delivered. And about the installation, commission, and operation training, it's also just for the after-sale service, and this we can just serve by our engineer. They can come to your factory, come to your workplace, help you to install, help you to debug the machine, help you to operation it. This is all the after-sale service for you. And you can see about the training for the workers. You can all contact with us if you need this service, and our engineer can just give you the service for maybe 3 to 5 days. It's you can have this training license. And about the warranty period is 1 year, except the spare part, the wearing parts, or the man-made damage. Here are some pictures of us, our clients. This is the rotary screen to collect the black powder. Let's have some other pictures for you. Just during this introduction, do you have any questions about this? Or if you want to contact with us, you can leave your information to us. If your contact ways, and our sales manager can give you this introduce about this. Here are a prototype in our factory. Well, just if you have this kind of raw materials and don't know what is the separation rate and what products you can get, then you can send kind of your material to us, or you can carry them to us, and we can give you a free test, free experiment for you to have this by using our prototype in our factory. Our company is in Henan province in China. We have our own factory. It's nearly 40,000 square meters. Have 2 workshops. You can come here, and you can also have a comparison of different manufacturer, different company, to see their technique, see how many employees they have, and the length of their factory, and just what kind of the device is they built, or is some of the manufacturer they say they're manufacturer, but some device they are also bought from other company. You can see here and this is the beginning to feed the raw material, and this is the magnetic separator. This is a blade, hammer blade crusher, second hammer blade crusher. This is a rotary screen. ID vibrating screen, grinder, and a wind conveyor. This is what it looked like. Well, just during this introduction, do you have any questions about this? Let's have some pictures of our different device. Well, here is this step. You can see here the grinder and the ID vibrating screen. Here, what is the look like? This is a ID vibrating screen. It will separate the carbon black for the rate of 99% and to control the sizes. It has 2 screens in it. is high precision screen machine with low noise, high efficiency, and whole sealed structure, just to using to separate the granular particles or other materials. And this is a grinder. The third crushing device. Grinder will grind the raw materials to the granular shape. Mainly is the copper and the aluminium. And this is the wind conveyor. To convey it, just for example, if the material after grinding don't reach to the standard of the screen inside for 20 mesh, then by using the wind conveyor, it will come back to the grinder to have the second grinding. And this is this step. This is the magnetic separator. Separate iron here. The rotary screen to separate different rate of the the black powder. It is a cell device. And then this is the air separator. The last step, you can see there are different bag by just blowing the wind, and by just vibration, it will separate different materials. It also called the gravity sorter. It will just utilize the combined action of the airflow and the carbonization friction on the raw materials. There are different outlets for the copper and the aluminium. Just like the aluminium, you can just reference, it will sell in China for 10,000 RMB. And for the copper, it's more than 60,000 RMB. Well, just market is different. Just I say it is some customers' feedback. If you can have a look at your markets in your regions, the metal recycling market or other deep processing market. These are some pictures. Okay, and what kind of questions you have, you can leave your questions to us in a comment place. And our sales manager or I can give you an answer. We are the Doing Group. Here is the name of our company, the Doing Group, and we are a subsidiary of the Doing Group. So just we have 7 subsidiaries for different machines. Well, today in this live show, we show you is the lithium battery recycling plants, and also we can recycle other kind of e-waste like the PCB board or solar panels, and also we have other products, the carbonization furnace or the pyrolysis furnace to recycle some biomass or waste tires, plastic, or some other oil sludge. And also we have other subsidiary to have build different equipment like the oil or the cassava in this different step. And also we have a subsidiary is in Africa, in Nigeria, because we have many customers in there. So if you want to have the equipment in Africa, it's very convenient. But if you are in other continents, you can all contact with us, and we can give you some catalog and the quotation of you. And also, just because we have our customers in more than 120 countries, you can contact with our sales manager, and you can visit our client's factory to know more information about our equipment. And also we have our own factory. It's in Henan province in China. You can come here at more than 40,000 square meters. We are the manufacturer of the equipment. So just any questions, you can send a private message to us, or you can leave your WhatsApp, leave your email to us, then our sales manager can give you this. Because like the prices or some other detailed data, we can't just say in the live show. You can send the message to us privately. And there are different kind of products, like the different lithium battery we can recycle, because this electric waste, we have many in our daily life. So it have a big market to have this business. And like different materials, power lithium battery, mobile lithium battery, or some different material, plastic shell, hard shell, aluminium shell. And then what kind of products we can get? The copper, aluminium, or this is the black powder. So just we can solder directly, or we can have a deep processing. This is what's our business, what our equipment for. So it's significance of this. You have this business first. It's protect the environment. It's environmental friendly, and also we can recover these valuable metals. And you may ask, is it have any pollution to have this business? Well, for the whole step, you can see the working process. For the whole step, we all use is the physical waste, except if you want to have this carbonization system. If you have a smaller capacity, smaller than 500 kilogram, then it's not necessary to have this carbonization system. So the whole process is the physical processing. There only the pollution we need to process is the dust. So we have the post dust collector and cyclone dust collector. And like the other pollution, chemical pollution, water pollution are not, or we don't have this. So just it's environmental friendly. We can recycle the waste things because they may have some heavy metals, magnetic, solvents, and so on in these scrap things. Now, if we discard it, it will cause a great pollution in our environment. This is why we have this. So just any questions you have, you can leave it to the comment place. Also in the comment place, we have our WhatsApp in email or WeChat telephone. You can see which ways are convenient to contact with us. We can give you this catalog, give you the 3D layout or this working process, send this information to you privately.
有买家进入直播间了。
This is the processing ways. You can see this picture. The first, we need to discharge the electrolyte. We will have the discharge step by using the different ways, and the most cheap or the most efficient ways we would suggest is to just put it into the solution, the sodium chloride solution in it, to discharge it. And then it will come to the double shaft shredder here. The first processing or the pre-processing double shaft shredder to 3 to 5 centimeter, and the carbonization furnace, if your capacity is more than 500 kilogram per hour, maybe 1 ton or 2 ton, you need to process for an hour. We can have the carbide furnace to voltilight the electrolyte inside. And then it will come to the different step to deep crash and to separate different materials, like the hammer crusher, the primary hammer crusher, we will crush it to 10 millimeter, and the rotor screen, it will recycle 60% of the carbon black. Magnetic separator is to separate the iron inside, and the lining vibrating screen, ID vibrating screen, is to separate, for example, to collect the diaphragm and to collect the black powder. Then the secondary hammer crusher to crush the material to 6 millimeter. Then the secondary rotary screen can recycle 90% of the carbon black powder. Then the material will come to the grinder. The grinder is to grind it by using the blade to crush the copper and aluminium to the granular shape. Then anti-vibrating screen is to control the sizes and to collect the copper black. 99% of the black powder will collect in this step. Then the last step, the air separator, to separate the copper and aluminium by using the airflow and the vibration friction on the raw material to separate the copper and the aluminium because they are different gravity. This is the whole processing. And the purification system, if you chose the carbonization system, then we need the UV proto-oxygen electrolyte system, activated carbonization, carbon cleaning system, and the spring tower system. If you don't have the carbonization system, then the only pollution we need to solve is the dust. So we can have the post-dust collector and the cyclone dust collector to collect it. Then the whole processing is environmental friendly, it's very clean and have a high efficiency. It all can work automatically, so it's much more labor saving of this whole process. So just if you are interested in this business, you can contact with us. We can give you this introduction of this. Okay, and our live show will have an end in 2 minutes. So just today we show you is about the lithium battery recycling technique, how to recycle the lithium battery and what products we can get, how to choose different device, and what is our different device, the power, the step, and like the advantages of the device and separation rate. Then just if you want to buy this, or if you are interested in this business, you can contact with us. Our sales manager can give you some introduce about, is it worth to have this business, how many of the just the market is in your region, or some other information you or our clients are concerned of. Because we have our customers in each continent, so our manager or just know this kind of different information of this. You can contact with us. And so this is time to say goodbye. Okay, and also in the common place, we have our email, our WhatsApp, WeChat, telephone. You can contact with us by this. And we will have our live show every week. You can follow us, and because our live show is different topic. Last week we introduced about the solar panels, and this week we give you some sharings about the lithium battery. Next week we will have some carbonization furnace introduction. So just welcome to our live show. We are the Doing Group. Thank you for your watching.